Good evening, everybody. How was the start to your week? I hope it was really good. Mine was wonderful and I had an absolutely beautiful weekend as well. Welcome to day 56 of our 90-day share. In case you don't know who I am, my name is Dr. Brooklyn Storme and I'm the Director and Principal Psychologist here at Cerebellum Consulting in Frankston. Natalie says, oh, hello, I caught you live. Hey Nat, how are you? I hope you're doing really well. So today's topic is about asking your psychologist for a letter or to fill out some kind of documentation. So this is something that happens a fair bit in practice, and I just thought it might be useful for the viewers to understand a little bit about what it means for them when they actually do ask us to write them a letter. So there are a few things that we need to be mindful of, and not in any particular order, of course, but the first thing that comes to my mind is, the impact that this can have on your privacy. So as a psychology client, when you first join with us, you read and sign a privacy and consent form, and your psychologist discusses your privacy in the first meeting. So what normally happens is when people ask us for letters, we have to advise them again about how it could impact their privacy. For example, a lot of the time we do require that you give us written permission to release certain information to a third party. Sometimes if it's for a lawyer or a solicitor, when we get you to sign that, it also means that that lawyer or third party has access to your entire file. So while you might only want them to talk, you might only want us to talk about one thing, that file can become transparent and shared with other people. So you really have to understand the parameters of privacy, and that's something to talk with your psychologist about. The other thing that you want to do is be clear on who's wanting the report and what it needs to say, or who's wanting the letter and what it needs to include. So if it's for work cover, for example, what we might do is encourage you to bring along some documentation to your appointment around the purpose of the letter. We need to know if it's an insurer that's asking for it, if it's an employer that's asking for it, and we need to know what information they're seeking. And the reason that we need to know that, again, is so that we can limit what we divulge and disclose to protect your confidentiality and your privacy. So always good to bring along anything that you want included. We want to be able to write some document for you that is relevant and that's going to get you what you need. And we can't do that if we don't know what's being asked for. The other thing too is probably not a great idea just to ring up and ask a psychologist to whip up a letter. We're usually very, very busy and have lots of appointments and things like this. So if you want a letter done, the psychologist usually has to block out time. So we can't very often write them on the spot. And I know sometimes it feels like it's very urgent and you want them written very quickly, but we can write really good letters and provide you with thorough, comprehensive documents. And in order to do that, we do need time so that we can review your file, so that we can review, again, the reason for wanting a letter or a report and go from there. So sometimes it's best to book a time to see your psychologist so that you can go over everything together and all be on the same page. Yeah, I guess that's about it in terms of getting letters. The key points to take away from this are give your psychologist plenty of time so that he or she can write the most relevant report. Be aware of how writing letters and documents impacts on your privacy and confidentiality. And make sure that you bring along any extra documentation or anything that you think might be relevant. Even, the more you bring along, the better. We can decide with you what to include and what to leave out of letters and reports. Anyway, I hope that's been a little bit helpful. If you have any questions about doctor's reports or letters, or psychologist reports or letters, and the process for getting them, please don't hesitate to give us a call. The number is 87652434, and you will know the website. It's www.cerebellumconsulting.com.au. Thank you very much for your time today. It is now 20 to 6, so I have to get home and feed Gabe the magical dog, and I'll see everybody here tomorrow. I hope you have a lovely night. Bye.